I'm about to give you 5 tips that I use on every single mix, things that I don't have to think about once they're in place that work every single time. And the last one is free, so be sure to tune in until the end because we got some good ones here today. First up on the list is True Iron by Kazrog, and this one is one of my favorites. And honestly, the default settings on this are pretty much all you need. It's emulating the Ampex tape machine and it's got the DNA mode activated. The only thing you really need to do is enable oversampling if your machine can handle it. And that makes the high frequencies a little bit more pure and it keeps the saturation super pristine. The way that it thickens the bottom end just a little bit and it rounds off the top, it smooths the vocal out perfectly. I always have this on my vocal track and it works every time. Next up is the Pro-Q4, and while there's a million things that this plugin does right, we're only going to isolate one of those tricks. And this one is definitely something you got to use every time. So what we're going to do is we're going to make a dynamic high frequency shelf boost on only the side information. And what that's going to do is that's going to put the groove and the articulation in the mix. It's going to enhance it. It's going to spread the mix out just a little bit. And while this is a super subtle trick, it really goes a long way at enhancing the feeling and overall vibe and spaciousness of the track. Next up, we're going to look at the final limiter in your setup. So that's going to be whether you choose to have a limiter or simply use your DAW's stock gain meter on your master. There's going to be 2 ways we can do this. You can come down here in Ableton and just boost up by 6 dB and start your mix that way. And this is going to enable you a little bit of freedom for when you finish the mix. You can double click that and it'll bring it down to 0, and now you've just bought yourself 6 dB of headroom. When you're sending that to mastering or mastering it yourself, you're never going to overload the system that way. And that's a really effective trick. However, if you want to grab a limiter and just do the same thing where you boost 6 dB and mix into the limiter, you can do that as well. So what you'll do is you'll open, in this instance, the L2, but you can do this with the Oxford Inflator, Brainworks True Peak. You can do a stock limiter if you'd like, and you just boost the threshold by 6 dB. And typically, it's really effective for streaming services and everything else if you're mastering your own track to dip the output ceiling by just 0.1 and sometimes 0.2, and that gives the freedom for streaming services to do a little bit more with your track. And as you can see, all we've done is just boost the gain by 6 decibels, and that's really all you need to do for this trick. It's easy. You want to do this right when you start the mix, and if you are mixing into a limiter, make sure you're not blasting the attenuator on the limiter. And this is a really easy way to gain stage your mix from start to finish and to provide yourself with ample headroom when you come to that mastering stage. My favorite settings on the L2 is going to be adding 6 to the threshold, going minus 0.1 on the output ceiling, leaving the ARC, which is an automatic release control, so it's intelligently examining the material that it sends through it, and it's giving you a release time based on what it thinks is important. But remember, we're not really using this for that. It's only catching peaks, so it's not the most important setting. Next, we're quantizing at 24 bits, the highest resolution this plugin can handle. Type 1 dither, so it's nice and clean, and moderate shaping just felt good on the transients for this song. There's a little bit going on behind the scenes here, and those settings do matter and they do impart a sound. So keep that in mind. Next up, we got the C4, a multiband compressor from Waves that you've probably heard of. So my favorite setting on this is not pop vocal. It's actually extreme vocal clarity, and I have a deep voice, so that may be why I love it. But every single time I put this on a vocal, it just sounds completely different. The only thing about this preset is it boosts a little bit more in the high end than I would like, so I typically drop it by about 3 dB. In addition to that, adjusting the crossover frequency point between the low and mid bands can help you separate the low frequencies just a little bit more so you can gain maximum control over your vocal. And lastly, we have a free plugin by Acustica Audio called Coffee the Pun. And this is obviously a Pultec emulation plugin. If you know anything about the Pultec, it's got a ton of mojo. And they've modeled that exceptionally well in this free plugin. So go ahead and grab it and try this on your mix bus. Because they're modeling analog technology, it's best that it gets applied to your entire mix to gel and glue it together. So what we're going to do is we're putting this on our mix bus, and all we're going to do is engage the preamp, and that's the only difference we're going to make. And of course, if you do need a little bit of tone shaping, this is the perfect plugin for that. So you can move those knobs however you like. If you need it to be a little bit brighter, you can do so. If you need a little bit more bottom end, or if you need to attenuate a little bit down there, you can do that too. But this is just setting the preamp on and forgetting about it. And it's the easiest thing to do, and it makes the biggest difference in your song. You have to try this. Alright guys, finally I do have a secret tip. If you made it this far, I appreciate you for sticking around. So I'm going to show you my favorite ARTG mastering preset. I use this on everything for like the last 5 years, and it always does exactly what I need it to. So you may have to tweak some of the settings, but it's such a good starting point for your mix, whether you're almost done or you want to mix into it. So check this out. It's so good. So what you're going to do is you're going to go to Load, you're going to go to Dave Pensado, Pop and Dance. You may have to tweak a few things, but this is the best, hands down preset. It always works. It's effective. It's mid-side. It's my favorite way to separate the mid information and the side information and attenuate each one appropriately. This thing works magic. It is unbelievable how good it is. It just opens up the mix incredibly well. You do have to make some tweaks to personalize it because every mix is different, but it is such a good starting point. Alright everybody, thank you so much for tuning in today. I have a full length tutorial to the Oxford Inflator right here. Go ahead and watch that. It's awesome. I would really appreciate it if you would like this video, leave a comment. It would mean a lot to me to hear your feedback and to let me know what I should cover next. So thank you very much, y'all. Take care.